Welcome to the channel A31 Avo. Today live in Santa Cruz, California with a demonstration of a grafting. Okay, so we're doing a graft demonstration. Okay, check it out. I apologize, but this is the Dapple Pluot, and they want a multi-graft. However, over in San Lorenzo Garden Center, they're out of the multi-graft. Multi-graft Pluots are usually one of the first things to go. So, again, spoked out of it, multi-limb, multilateral branching, spoked out of its. They spoke out pretty evenly from the central trunk. They all need to get checked a little bit. Not too much because they're a little bit wimpier than the graft that than the caliber of the graft that I'm going to attach. So you don't want to overdo it because then the graft will steal the vigor. Okay, so off of this one right here, it's going to be the flavor king, and off of this one I'm tying off the flavor queen. The flavor queen, once again, while I was at San Lorenzo Garden Center, a customer asked to shape her tree. I did it, knowing that I needed the budwood. And this is perfect right here. Check it out. It lines up. It already broke dormancy, but I've been pretty successful in grafting those little shoots. Again, I'm not going to wrap it. I'm not going to wrap it. All right? All right. You already know the drill. Okay, spray, disinfect. All right. So yeah, check it out. This was the Dapple Dandy. But for transport purposes, I hacked it in half. Flavor king. I'm liking the thicker one. This one. Malik, hello? Where are you from? California. Watsonville, California. Okay, I'm from Watsonville, California, but I live in Santa Cruz, California. You know the skateboarding brand? That's the local skateboarding brand. The Santa Cruz Red Dot, that's us. Okay, so we're going to tie this one there. All right? So again, this is for the people who just arrived. This is the Dapple Dandy Pluot. And if you're not familiar with the Pluot, a Pluot is a plum apricot hybrid. On the reverse, if you take a Pluot and you breed it back to an apricot, you're going to get an aprium. Okay, so Pluots and apriums. Try them out if you haven't. All right, this is another Pluot. This is Flavor King. Flavor King Pluot. All right. Again, freshen the top cut. I'm going to go back down to this bud. There doesn't seem to be one that's going to express. There could be one that pushes through there, but there isn't one expressed right now. So we're going to go back to this one. Okay, and we're green. Ambush Mishra? Oh, I'm from India. All right, Ambush. And then on the bottom, again, come up half an inch, an inch. So yeah, right here I'm leaving one bud, one poor bud, and then two. All right. What are you grafting? This is Flavor King Pluot onto Dapple Dandy. Okay, Dapple Dandy needs a pollinator, and that's the Flavor King. All right. Scion on. This is what's gonna make that whip. All right. Just letting it aerate, because again, disinfect, spray with alcohol. And so I want that bud to be facing outward, and then so I want the whip outwards. I want the whip on this side. You sit it on that notch, okay? Again, I want that bud facing outwards. Okay, so leave that outwards. Rest it right there on that little notch. Bam. See? Clean. Okay. And now I want it like that. So I need the cut. This always gets me a little bit, but I'll get it. There. All right, those are my whips. I got my whips. Now I got to make my tongue. Okay? So the blade, thickness of the blade, top third. Top third. Rest it flat. Dig in, and rock back and forth. Okay? Go down the side, go down the depth of the blade. A little bit past the depth of the blade. Okay, if you're going to cut yourself, it's going to be right here. Okay, control. And then lift. Lift, okay? Try to get that tongue to whip out. Now over here, my host branch. Top third, okay? Top third, drive in. Be very careful. If it's gonna want to run, it's gonna be right there. All right, got that one good bud right there. And now I'm gonna line them up. You see? That's good right there. A lot of good contact for sure. Now you tape. Again, nothing crazy, it's electrical tape. Okay. And then remove these buds. At first, just wrap to secure it, gently secure it in place. Now going from down up, now we're applying some stretch to the draw. Okay? Draw, stretch, tight, 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 wrap, wrap, wrap. Now we're tightening. And we've been good. That's just overkill. Because you want to just tight, 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 okay? Now flavor queen. Flavor queen, I'm taking this middle section, 3 buds of this middle section. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. This is a little bit too leafed out, too pushed out, but I like this. Okay. So leaving 3, 1, 2, 3. That's not in the way, it can stay. I'll get it right here. 3, 4 buds, okay? 4 buds. 1, 2, 3, 4. That leading bud, I want it facing outwards. So I want my whip right here. No, actually, I want it coming towards this direction. This direction, there isn't anything major in this direction. There's this, but it's wimpy. There's this, so I want it facing in that direction. Okay, keep that in mind when you're positioning your graft. Okay. This position, okay? I want this bud. Okay, want that bud right there. Need to restart flat, there's an angle. All right, now I'm flat. And again. Okay. Top third length of the blade. Dig in. Okay, I'm angled in a little bit. Rock, 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 rock. Watch your fingers, watch your fingers. Rock, 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 rock. Lift. Angle the blade to lift. Okay, your tongue. Okay. Now the tongue on the host tree. Careful with that. If it's gonna run, it's gonna be right there. I'm warning you, okay? Be very careful. Exercise a lot of control. I know it looks like I'm in my own way, but just be careful. All right. And perfect. I'm angled right here. See? Take a look. All these other limbs perfectly spoke out. They hub out from the central trunk. Take a look. And they step down. So this is perfect. Okay, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 6 limbs is gonna be Dapple Dandy, and then the 2 grafts, the flavored king and the flavored queen. Let me wrap that up. All right, I had to really kind of drive it in there. Yeah, now tape. Again, the first couple wraps is just to secure into place. And I'm working my way down, and then I'll work my way up. Tight. So I'm only loosely wrapping downwards. Which is your most successful graft method? All of them. On deciduous fruit trees, they're all the same. My clef, my whip. It just depends on the circumstances. But you have to be ready. Bark, because in the real world, this lined up perfectly. But again, but I also have the eye for it. I've been training it, you know? But things aren't going to line up. Like a customer is going to request grafting service, but he's never pinched, he's never pruned his tree, so all his limbs are wimpy. And here you come in with a thick graft. So that's why I say, like, nothing's perfect in the real world. In the real world, nothing's perfect. So get good with all your grafts. Veneer, bud chip, inverted, it's all the same. It's all the same. Once you figure out what you're trying to do, and it all comes down to trying to line up the cambium layers. Super easy. Super easy. All right. So go out there and be a plant scientist. All right. Create some Frankenstein trees. Super easy. Super easy. Again, the trick is that the cambium layers need to intersect, and I'll always pitch it. I'll always angle it slightly to guarantee an intersection point. All right, and right here I'm tightening. Oh, straighten out. And that's pretty much it. It's overkill at this point. I really want to tighten it up. Really want to choke it up right there. Okay, because the sun will make the electrical tape brittle. But it's tight enough and wrapped enough way too many times that it won't break the contact. It'll keep it tight. All right. And now we're gonna thin. We're gonna thin and then shape. So by thinning the wimpy cuts, the wimpy limbs, okay, at the collar. A thinning cut is eliminating that branch. Okay. I apologize, I want to show you. So this one, up to upright angle. Okay, too thin. Again, sacrificing production. Too thin. And then this one. Too thin. And this too low. Too low, but still I have plenty. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the host tree, which is again the Dapple Dandy. The Dapple Dandy on citation hybrid rootstock. Okay, so I'm eliminating, oh, and this one too. That broken one. You know what? I'm gonna leave it. No, I'm gonna eliminate it. Okay. There, that's the tree right there. You see how nothing is overlapping? Everything is pretty much out of each other's way. Perfectly hubbing out of the central trunk. All right, but now we just have to check it. Everything's coming back like a quarter. So outward facing bud right there. And it has a flower and a bud. Let's take out the flower. There. Left it on an outward facing vegetative bud. Okay? Remove the flower. This one right here. In theory, it says under swooping, but this might swoop down. So it's okay. We're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up and we're going to leave it on an upward facing bud, because this branch is pretty horizontal. Okay, now this one, I gotta hurry up, I'm dying. This one right here, real quick, you see it. Bam, leave it on an outward facing vegetative shoot. And then this one right here, right there. Bring this one back. Again, this is a horizontal branch already. And outward facing, under swooping is could drive it too low. So we're gonna pick it up right there. And we're gonna pinch this one so it doesn't go down. There. That's the tree. All right, stay tuned for updates. I'm gonna go plant this. How long does you leave the tape on the graft after it takes? I leave it there. I leave it there for like a year. It comes off by itself sometimes too. All right, thank you everyone for your time. Go out and graft. Now's the time. You really want to catch the first wave, that first push. Okay? All right, stay tuned for updates. Thank you. Have a good one.